Hey guys, it's Skating with Elise, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a lunge like this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, you're going to want to decide which foot you think is your most steady foot and the one that you can put the most weight on. So for me, that leg is this one, so this is how you're going to hold yourself in the middle of a lunge. First step, it is not required, but you are allowed to go out of the ice rink and start doing exercises. You don't have to do that, but I am going to do that for you guys. Okay, some of the exercises you can do is literally a lunge. I definitely recommend doing a lunge. That's what's going to set you up for success. So just try with your ice skate to sit up and try to just spin this knee like in this direction. That way you'll get used to this leg being on its own. But whichever leg you feel more comfortable with, I do it with. So let's say you're more comfortable with this leg, I would do the lunges like this with this leg. But if you're not comfortable with that leg, you're comfortable with this leg, definitely recommend doing the lunges with this leg. But yeah. Now actually use the lunge position and actually lunge your leg. So you're going to lunge your leg backwards, so you see my nose backwards. You're going to want to do that. Now let's get practice it on the ice. Okay, now when you get on the ice, whichever leg you feel more comfortable with, get in ready position to do that. So ready position can be any different way, so you can do like this. That'll be a really good ready position, because then you can just go backwards. You don't have to have a one leg, but I definitely recommend having a one leg if you want, because it will be easier for you to put that leg backwards when you're doing a lunge. So now let's get into the lunge. Okay, so now you're going to try to get as far down as you can. You can try to do an arabesque, but not like an arabesque. So don't do an arabesque, but bend your knee and put your one leg up. That way you're kind of in the arabesque position, but you're getting into the position where you're about to do a lunge. So I'll demonstrate. So I know y'all got to see me. So now I'm going to try to bend and put that leg back. So where it's not touching the ground yet, but you have that momentum to touch the ground. I recommend practicing that a few times until you feel comfortable with that. And then afterwards, we can start going to the lunge. So after doing this a few times, I definitely recommend starting into your lunge. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do that same exact position, but you're going to put your leg down. Now, I recommend having a wall before you actually go down, like this. So your legs, you don't want your toe pick like in the lunge. You want it kind of on the side. That way it drags along with you and it doesn't like stop you from going, because if you stop, it could potentially make you fall. It's okay if you fall doing this, because 80% of skaters that are beginners fall doing a lunge. So it's not that bad, I promise. And just try to land on your butt. Okay, so now keep this leg as straight as you can. Try to bend down and get this leg position. So I'm trying to do this like that. After that, go slow on the ice. I definitely don't recommend doing 100 miles per hour, because it's not going to be good for you. So now just start gradually going into it. So skate, and you can do some stroking if you want. So I'm not doing stroking, I was just going. But now start getting down, doing it that little position I told you guys about. Then put the foot down at one point. So let's try it. Okay, we're going slow. Now put this one leg a little bent like this, and put the one down, pull up a little bit, and do this. Not to where it's touching the ground yet though. Now that we got that down like we did before, let's try to put it down. So now we're going to go down, put this up, and try to curve this leg like that. Now I'm going to demonstrate. So let's go up, pull, pump, pumps, pumps, pumps. Now plunge into it and drag that leg across with you. Now I did this at that time because you heard that little scratch. That's all you want. I wanted to demonstrate that. You don't want that little noise. You don't want that noise. You want a flat out plain sound with no noise on your lunge. Okay, now I recommend trying to do that 3 times. Even if you get the sound, I recommend trying to get it up better and better, and to the point where you don't hear that sound. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate now without that sound. So now build up your momentum, and you can go at any speed you'd like. You can go slow, you can go fast, You can go at any speed you like. Once you have your momentum built up, I recommend starting on a certain wall of your ice skating rink if you have a wall. I think every single ice skating rink has a wall. So after that, I recommend getting on the wall and building up your momentum there. And you can start in a T position, build up your momentum. Put your arms out while you're doing it, by the way, guys. Okay? So people my way. So what you're going to do, put your arms out, build up the momentum, and then at one point, you can go to the wall, you don't have to. Just start getting into on top. Then you can bring it back up. Sometimes it will make that little scuffing noise when you bring it back up. That's normal because it's getting on your blade. So now, try to get it lower and lower and lower. Repeat those steps multiple times, doing the lunge until you feel like you were low enough and you had your leg to where it wasn't making any noise. When you have that a few times, you got the length that you want, and you don't hear that scuffing noise, here's the next step and the last step. Next, you go to the wall. When you get the wall, nearest wall, and then push your arms up. Once you get it to the length and you don't hear that little noise, then go to your wall at your ice skating rink, start in a T position, put your arms up, smile, and go into your lunge when nobody is coming. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Arms out, smile, then and last time I'm going to show y'all the lunge, and then go do it on your own. If you want, you can send me pictures of you doing it. I would love to see so. Now, go to faster speed if you can, and start. And it should look like this. I'll look for more videos.